Okay, so what things do you need to look for when you're buying a backpack? We're going to talk about that next. Hey guys, Chris here. Today we're going to take a look at backpacks and what you need to know before you buy one so you can make sure that it fits you, that it does exactly what you need it to do, and it'll last you years to come. This is all part of a bigger series that I'm going to do. I'm going to do about like 10 videos. There we go, 10 videos, and it's going to cover really pretty much everything you need to know about backpacking. I thought, how cool would that be to do a series instead of just one giant video? So I'm going to do a video on tents and what to look for, sleeping pads and all the different varieties of sleeping pads, pillows, cook gear, stoves, cook setups, clothing, boots, food, navigation equipment, trekking poles, water filters, hydration, and some other things. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and this is the first video of that series, and we're going to take a look at backpacks right now. All right. Okay, so when you start out backpacking, it's going to be really important that you get a backpack that's going to last you years to come. It's going to have the features that you really want, and it's going to fit you really well, and it's going to have the capacity and the size to do what you need it to do. And so what manufacturers do with size and capacity, they take cubic inches and they convert it to liters. It's just much easier to say 65 liters. I have a 65 liter Osprey Atmos 65, and hold on a sec. Hey Siri, how many cubic inches are in 65 liters?
65 liters is 3,966.54 cubic inches.
Thank you. So it's much easier to say I have a 65 liter backpack than it is to say I have a 3,966.54 cubic inch backpack. And that size and capacity will determine how much gear you can carry, obviously, and how long you can be out with that gear in your packs. So knowing that about size, capacity, and liters, a 20 to 35 liter backpack is considered a day pack, essentially. From about 35 to 50, that's a backpack that you could take on a single overnighter. You're probably going to need some ultralight gear with that, and you just don't have as much room. But people can do it, and some people love that because they got a smaller pack. Everything's just tiny. And from 50 to 70, that is your mid-range multi-day backpacks, meaning 3 to 5 days. You can go backpacking. You have the capacity to go backpacking for 3 to 5 days. And then from 70 on up, 80, 90, 100, that's considered multi-day extended backpacking, and that is for people that need extra rope, extra food, extra water, extra clothing, because they're going on some big expedition to the South Pole or something. And I'm recommending that you get a backpack in the 50 to 70 liter range, and that will give you your 3 to 5 multi-day trips, as well as weekends, as well as just one night out. That works for me, and that's what I recommend for you guys. All right, time to get the glasses up. I'm getting hot doing this. Okay, so with backpacks and the actual physical weight of the backpack, you can expect to have, like here's the Teton Scout, and that is the 3,455 liters. This particular pack is about 4.5 pounds weight right here. There we go. The Osprey Atmos 65, this is a little bit older version. I actually have a newer version right here as well. This is my go-to pack. This is about 4.5 pounds as well. So you're starting to get an idea of there. The Aether 70, which I actually don't have with me, is 5.1 pounds. That's the Osprey Aether 70. And the Hyperlight 2400, that's 2400 cubic inches, is 2.2 pounds, and that's a 40 liter. That's an ultralight backpack. So, but what you can expect to have is about between 4 and about 5 pounds of weight for a pack that's between 50 and 70 liters for the most part. Okay, so for the features of the backpack, there are 5 things I would be looking for. Number 1 would be the hip belt. And the reason is 80 to 90% of the weight of the backpack ends up on your hips. So this one has a very thick belt, very well padded. Zippered pockets, something you may want to look for. But your sunscreen, keys, sunglasses, snacks even. I really like having the zippered pockets like that. Also, an adjustable belt. This one, look at this. It slides out. How sneaky is that? Slides back in, and then it velcros. You put it exactly where you want it. Very cool. Also the buckle right here, and then the straps. This is a main adjustment right here. Pull that thing in to adjust get the fit just right on your hips. Next, number 2 would be the shoulder straps, which is the second part of the suspension system. We're going to look for lift loaders, which are right here. This pulls up, and then the shoulder strap will come up, and it pulls the backpack snug to your back, which is really, really helpful, as well as a sternum strap right here. These will adjust up or down, but this will give you extra stability right in the middle of the pack here. And then this one is well ventilated. You can see there's some mesh there, and that's actually a couple inches away from the actual pack. Very helpful there. Also, another thing I almost forgot is the shoulder straps. This whole upper shoulder strap will go up or down. See this right here? You adjust it on the sides here, and you can slide this up or down. Very helpful to get that fit just right for you. Number 3, I would look for a dedicated sleeping bag compartment. And they're always in the lower part of the front. They call this the front of the backpack. A little confusing for me because it's a backpack. It's on my back, so I think of everything back here as back, and this is front, but they call this the front of the pack. So at the bottom front of the pack, you can have a sleeping bag compartment. And the reason this is important is it will keep your main compartment free to have your tent, sleeping pad, pillow, clothes, cook gear, stuff like that. And then you can boop, have your sleeping bag right there. And there's always usually a floor right here to separate those two. Pretty cool. Number 4 feature I would look for would be a hydration. Some of them will actually come with a hydration reservoir. This one's a 2.5 liter. But you're going to want to watch for a dedicated hydration reservoir pocket or sleeve right here, and it's usually on the inside. See if I can pull this off without B-roll. But right in here is a dedicated pocket that this will slide into, and then that was attached. This will come through, the hose will come through here and out the front so you can drink your water on the go. But that's another feature that you want to have, is a dedicated hydration sleeve and even a reservoir if you can get that. Number 5, I would be looking for a rain cover. Many of them come, this is actually the Osprey 8th or 70, very cool backpack. I'm going to review this later. But many of them will have a rain cover pocket at the bottom of the pack right there below the sleeping bag compartment, but this particular one has a rain cover right here in the top. Isn't that cool? Check that out. And that goes on your backpack like that. But that's a feature that would be really good to have if you can. Not everything I'm showing you is on all backpacks, but that comes with this particular one. Good thing to have. Some optional things you want to be watching for is a top lid that removes, or even making sure that it does have a top lid. Very important though, I put electronics in these. They have zippers that are behind your head, so you can literally reach back, zip it, and grab things out of there. Very handy to have. This particular one will remove like that, and then there's actually an extra flap that goes there, so you could remove that and take the weight off, and now you got this ready to go to finish off your backpack. Some of the removable top lids will even turn into day packs, which is pretty cool to have like that. And then you don't have to have this as your main backpack when you're doing like excursions from your base camp kind of thing. So another option to look for is side access. It'll be right here in the side. This particular one has right here. I like side access into the main compartment, and then you can get at your gear from the side or the main opening for the compartment. But if you don't have the side access, you have to pull everything out until you find what you need, and very handy to have side access. A third feature that's optional, but I would recommend is the outside external cargo pocket right here. And this particular one's mesh, flexible. You put your maps, hat, light jacket, some snacks in here, things you want quick access to. Very helpful to have that. Also, trekking pole holders. Not all backpacks have that. Mostly, I think it's just Osprey. But I like having the trekking pole holders. You take your trekking pole, slide it through here, both of them, and then the back goes into this strap here, and now you can be hands-free without your trekking poles when you're taking a break, taking pictures or whatever, but you don't have to set them down, walk away, do something, and then you forget them. I've done that, and I'd rather just have these, but very helpful to have that. Also make a note on where exactly are the water bottle pockets, and I use for the most part the 32-ounce bottles as well as the hydration reservoir, but the water bottle pockets are usually be on the side, mid-side, lower side, but look for that. This particular one, the Aether 70, that is, it literally disappears inside of there. That's pretty great. That's a really awesome pocket there. Whereas the Teton Sports has a smaller water bottle pocket on the side. It's just a little mesh pocket right there. But be looking for that, kind of figure out what you need, what kind of bottles you want. Really important to just make sure it's working for what you do when you're out in the trails. Okay, so next up is getting the fit right. And what we need to do is determine with our backpack what size it is. And it's a little confusing because we've already talked about sizes of backpacks. But, for instance, the Osprey Atmos 65 liter actually comes in small, medium, and large. And the small is 62 liters, the medium is 65 liters, and the large is 68 liters. So this can be kind of complicated, and the manufacturers actually have to make 3 different sizes of backpacks, plus smaller sizes for kids and women's sizes. We don't measure our height, but we measure our torso size, and how we measure our torso size is we find the C7 cervical bone at the back of your neck here, right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a very bony bone right there. And we measure that down. We measure from that point straight down to the top of our hips. And how we measure find our hips are we take our thumbs, slide them down our side, around the back a little bit, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, there's the hips right there. It's called the hip shelf, and that is the horizontal line between the tops of your hips. So we're going to measure from the back of the C7 to the top of the hip shelf. And how we do that is we take a flexible tape measure. You can have somebody do it for you, but I am just going to do this, and we're going to take it. I'm going to stick it literally in my sweater here. Ooh, that's cold. And then I'm going to go down the middle of my spine and let that hang there for a sec. Here's my hip right there. There's a hip bone, top of my hip shelf. I'm going to slide that around to my spine. There it is, right there. Take this and I'll slip that, find that spot on the C7 there, 7th vertebrae, cervical, and pull that out. And voila, I have 19 inches is my torso height. And if we look at the chart, small is 16 to 17 inches, medium is 18 to 19 inches, and then large is 20 plus inches. So I'm a medium sized backpack for the 65 liter backpack. So what I got to do is take my medium backpack right here, the Osprey 65, and it actually happens to be exactly 65 liters. And also, here's something to note. Most backpacks will actually put on a little tag right there that says the size of it. And this one, medium 18 to 21. Can you see that right there? So now I got the right pack. Now I just have to do the right adjustment on the pack. Hope you guys are staying with me. This is getting a little complicated, but we can do this. So now we're going to take, remember this adjustment on the shoulder straps? We're going to want to get this and the belt to about 19 inches, and then we can put that on and do the rest of the adjustments. So the way to do that now is measure. What we're going to do now is take the tape measure, slide it through here, and find the top of the shoulder strap adjustment that slides up and down. Remember this actually slides up and down right here. And we're going to find that, and we're going to slide it up till the 19 is right in the middle here where my hips would be, right there. And then I can see I need to go up about 2 inches with this adjustment here. So we're going to take this, I'm going to get this adjustment pulled up so it fits my torso length, and we're going to take right here, and there we go. See that, how that slid up like that? Makes a chirping sound too. And then measure it one more time. There's 19, and there's 19 right there for the most part. That's about right. Okay, so now that we've taken our 65 liter medium-sized backpack, made our torso adjustment from here to here for 19 inches, we're going to do the final fit with this. And obviously I don't have 40 pounds of gear in here, but I do have some gear, so it'll give us an idea. We're going to start with the belt here, and what you want to do is just make it nice, even adjustments on both sides like that, so it's snug. It's almost like tightening the lug nuts on a tire. Whatever you do in this one, you need to do on the other side, and so it's even all the way around. So we get that nice and snug. I'm going to pull these down, get those nice and snug here, and then take the sternum strap, plug that in, and then take that, snug it a little bit more. Feel how the weight feels, snug it a little bit more. Once that weight goes on, you can kind of feel like, yeah, I could use a little here and here. Lift loaders, we can take those right up there. Pull that in just a little bit. Okay, make the last little adjustment there, and that should do it. Boy, that actually feels really good. And it's interesting, if you look at the shoulder straps, they're kind of going up and back. They're not resting on the actual shoulder. So it's really mostly holding the pack to your back. It's just really pulling it in right here. And then all the weight, 90%, 80 to 90% is right here. So, all right, guys, I hope that was helpful. That was educational for me to crawl through all that stuff. So, like I said, we got more videos coming in this series. We're going to break down pretty much everything you need to know to start backpacking and get you going. And the next one we're going to be talking about is tents. I think that's really important, obviously. Backpack tents, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, pillows, and then we're going to go on from there. So, but we'll get a little faster at these videos as we go, but we want to nail this first one. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. And I am going to get my jacket on and head out the door. So thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Like and subscribe as always. And we'll see you next time. And keep hiking.